Hello everyone, you're watching PokerNews.com and welcome back to our coverage of the last ever European Poker Tour here in Prague. I'm with Kenny Hallaert. Now, Kenny, there was a lot of talk, of course, during this WSOP about, you know, being a tournament director. There's a lot of hard decisions going on in there. And then you've gone now from the spotlight of the WSOP November 9 final table, and then you just recently directed another big tournament in Belgium. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, the transition of going once again from player to tournament director, back and forth. Tell me about this tournament in Belgium. How was it to come back to the other side?
For me, it was just any other directing any other tournament. There was not a big difference for me, and the fact that I came back just from the WSOP didn't change it for me that much. I was just focused on making and run the tournament as smooth as possible, and everything went rather smooth, I would say. So it was a good tournament in Belgium, the Poker Stars Belgian Poker Challenge final number, 600 entries for our 1K main event. So and yeah, everything went smooth, and I'm actually already looking forward of running the next tournament.
Easy Street. Well, we all know, you know, with, for example, Christmas is coming up, and everyone has what we call like the after Christmas blues. There's all this hype, there's all this excitement. Then when it's over and it's time to go back to work, it's a little ho-hum, and I'm sure, you know, the WSOP main event is like that times 10 zillion. So tell me a little bit just about what it's like to have this experience where it's just so much buzz and so much hype, and then returning to being a normal person again.
Strange, actually, because yeah, the time between making the final table and the final table itself were so intense. All your focus, all your mental power goes into that. You're trying to be prepared as good as possible, and after that, all of a sudden, there's some emptiness, basically, I have to say. I stayed away 1 week longer in Vegas to have some much-needed vacation, actually, with family and friends. But then I came back home in London, and you come back in your apartment all alone, and then the emptiness like really starts. So it was a little bit of a strange feeling, and it took, I would say, a little while before I got back into, I wouldn't say the mood, but got back into a normal, to a more structured life. The months before were so intense. So, but I got back into it now. Actually my first live tournament. I played a couple of live tournaments, but rather small in London, but this is the first bigger festival I'm playing now since that, and I'm already having a lot of fun playing it so far. I played the 2K Eureka High Roller yesterday, and now played 2 levels already in the main event.
Well, speaking a little bit to the, you know, just being so busy and you know, putting all your brain power into the lead up to the WSOP, I know that you were working with Fedor, who I'm fairly certain would be at least among the top 5 of people's choices if they could pick a tournament player to coach them. So tell me a little bit about, I guess, the structure of how you guys did work moving up to it.
Indeed, I contacted Fedor after making the final table to see if he could help me out preparing for it, and we worked out some sort of plan. Fedor put some, not only him, but I worked with some other people around me that Fedor recommended. So it was a good experience. I learned a lot from a lot of good players that are, I would say, world-class players in specific parts of the game of poker. So it was really fun, and it was really, I learned a lot the last couple of months as well from all of these players, and it was quite intense, the coaching that we did, like daily sessions with various coaches. Gave me some homework, so in some way it was almost like going back to school, although I never actually really liked going to school, but this one was I would say way more enjoyable than going to school back in the days, though. But I really enjoyed the whole experience. And on the other hand, after learning such a lot, after so much, I'm kind of want to put everything in practice now as well. So, although, like I said, there was some emptiness after the final table was done. Quickly, I started to regain that eager to play poker again, just to put everything what I've learned into practice, and even actually interested in even more working on my game in the future, just because I realize that there's still so much more to learn.
Very inspirational, this guy. Make the WSOP November 9 and then come out just wanting to learn even more about poker. That's my boy. Kenny Hallaert, folks, I wish you luck, of course. It's not an easy table draw, but it looks like things are going fine for you. I'm Sarah Herring. You guys are with us here on PokerNews.com.